Mark Twain once wrote that travel is fatal to prejudice and bigotry and narrow-mindedness. And I think he was onto something, although I don't think it's just travel. For any of those familiar with psychology and the contact hypothesis, it basically says that the more direct contact that we have with people, the more we begin to see people differently, with less prejudice, less discrimination, less bias, and we begin to develop working relationships together. And this is something we need more of in our world today. Our social media puts us into these homogenous groups and tribes where we hear the same things. We don't encounter new people. We don't travel the spectrum of diversity that is the human race. And so we develop these narrow-minded ideas about one another. And this is growing as we continue to stay in those echo chambers, and our policies and our ideas about one another become more and more polarized, and we've got to get past it. As a pastor, for me, one of the biggest challenges is I know people from lots of different places. I know people who are on the different sides of the spectrum, politically, theologically, and in all other ways. And here's one of my biggest challenges. I know people who are illegal immigrants. I know people who are here undocumented, and they are terrified for themselves and their families right now. They don't know what's going to happen to them. On the other hand, I've got people over here who are great friends too that want these people gone. They don't want them in the country anymore because they are whatever, fill in the blank. I've got other people, friends who are in other countries right now, and they are terrified about what the U.S. might do next to affect their power over their nation. And at the same time, I've got people over here that are all about America first. We need to protect ourselves, and if that means lording our power over others, so be it. At the same time, I've got black friends who are terrified about being pulled over and wondering what's going to happen next. And I've got law enforcement friends over here who are afraid to go to work and don't know how to exercise their power. And one of the things that hurts so much is, and I wonder about, is what if my friends knew each other? What if they started seeing each other instead of these different categories when people become people again? Because I think that's where we need to go. We need to go into this world of diversity and get to know each other again, because that, my friends, is going to be the fastest route towards building unity and coming back together as a nation and even beyond.